Vivo has made a name for itself in the Indian smartphone market across all price points. Whether it is a high-end device such as the premium X series, a mid-range V series, or a low-cost Y series. In India, the V series smartphones have been the most popular among Vivo's entire lineup. When the Vivo V23 and V25 series debuted in India, they were a huge success. Vivo has now refreshed the V series lineup with the Vivo V Series, which includes the Vivo V27 Pro smartphone. The phone is powered by a Dimensity 8200 chipset, which was recently seen in the iQOO Neo 7. Aside from the chipset, Vivo has updated the Vivo V27 Pro 5G with a new design, new camera features, and more. At first glance, the Vivo V27 Pro appears to be a sleek device. Vivo has attempted to improve on its predecessor's design, which is quite visible. Although it has a triple lens setup on the back, its camera module is massive, making the smartphone even more appealing. The camera module also has a fourth ring, an LED flash, which Vivo refers to as Aura Light. The flash is in the form of a ring, so don't mistake it for a fourth camera lens. The color-changing rear panel is the main draw of the Vivo V27 Pro's design. The same issue was discovered in the Vivo V25 Pro, but it has been greatly improved this time. See how the device's light sky blue hue changes to a dark blue hue when it comes into contact with UV rays in sunlight. We covered a portion of the device while it was exposed to sunlight, so some of it remained light blue. The rear panel houses 3 camera lenses, each of which is surrounded by a steel ring. The camera has a slight bump, but the device comes with a protective case that fixes this. The camera module bears Vivo branding, and the overall design is sleek and curved from the edges. When you hold the device in your hand, it will feel as if it will slip out, so a protective cover is required. Don't worry, even with the protective case on, the device feels good in your hand and can now be used with one hand easily. The phone is made of glass on both sides, but it does not have Gorilla Glass protection. Instead, Vivo opted for shot sensation. Between the glasses is an aluminum frame, with the volume rocker and power button on the right edge and the left edge empty. The bottom edge houses a SIM tray, a secondary microphone, a Type-C port, and a speaker grill, while the top frame bears the words, Professional Portrait and another microphone. The Vivo V27 Pro has a large 6.78-inch display but weighs only 183 grams. It weighs 10 grams less than the recently released iQOO Neo 7. Although it has a slightly smaller battery, this could explain why the device is so light. The Vivo V27 Pro has a large display and a sleek stylish design. You get a premium feel when holding the device in your hand, as well as a new look. Overall, the design is excellent. It is available in Noble Black and Magic Blue, both of which are stunning. The display on the Vivo V27 Pro is 6.78-inch Full HD+. It has an AMOLED screen with a refresh rate of 120 Hz and HDR10 support. The screen settings option allows you to choose between standard, Pro, and bright color profiles. The V27 Pro standard profile is the most accurate of the 3. Bright mode greatly enhances colors, whereas Pro mode is not suitable for regular users. The smartphone has a 120 Hz refresh rate, which ensures super smooth scrolling, and the device automatically switches to a 60 Hz refresh rate when you play a video or stop scrolling to save battery life. We mostly use the device in smart switch mode, but if you're a gamer looking for seamless gaming, you can also switch to the 120 Hz option. The refresh rate increases from 60 Hz to 90 Hz with this option, but the battery drains faster. To address this issue, return to smart switch after your gaming session is complete. The Vivo V27 Pro makes content consumption enjoyable. It has HDR10+ support, but it is only available on YouTube. Netflix does not have HDR support. Pro mode displays beautiful colors and allows you to adjust the brightness to suit your needs. There is also auto brightness, which keeps the brightness low in sunlight, making the screen difficult to see. Make your own adjustments to the brightness to avoid problems. The screen's visuals are sharp, the viewing angles are good, and the slim bezels ensure that the visuals are large. The audio quality during calls is good, thanks to the Vivo V27 Pro's loudspeaker. You can listen to music while working in another room. However, if you prefer to listen to music the old-fashioned way with wired headphones, this model does not have a 3.5mm headphone jack. You will need to purchase a connector or use Bluetooth headphones. After the iQOO Neo 7, the Vivo V27 Pro is the second smartphone to be powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8200 chipset. The chipset performs admirably. It is built on 4nm manufacturing technology and has 8 cores, with one ARM Cortex-A78 core clocking at 3.1 GHz, 3 ARM Cortex-A78 cores clocking at 3.0 GHz, and the remaining 4 ARM Cortex-A55 cores clocking at 2.0 GHz. In everyday use, the smartphone performs admirably. Everything is fast and smooth, including calling, social media scrolling, video streaming for hours, gaming, emails, and more. The best part was that the smartphone never got hot while using it. The Vivo V27 Pro is also a good choice for gamers because it can handle long gaming sessions. Set the refresh rate to 120 Hz for the best animations. Heavy games such as Call of Duty and Asphalt 9 run smoothly on the smartphone. If you are looking for good gaming performance when purchasing a smartphone, the Vivo V27 Pro will not disappoint. Vivo's sub-brand iQOO recently launched a smartphone with the same chipset, but the Vivo V27 Pro's benchmark scores are higher. This means that the Vivo V27 Pro 5G performs better. The smartphone has up to 12 GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. It will be available in 3 storage sizes and will not have a micro SD card slot. In terms of software, the Vivo V27 Pro 5G runs FunTouch OS 13, which is based on Android 13. The device comes with some bloatware, but you can remove it as needed. This time, Vivo has added some new features to the FunTouch OS. These include iManager, more video editing options, and Material U, which comes with matching color schemes based on wallpapers. The color of app icons can also be changed, and new battery privacy, personalization, and other options are available. Vivo's latest offering includes a 50-megapixel primary Sony IMX766V sensor with OIS. There is also an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 2-megapixel macro lens. A 50-megapixel selfie camera is located in the front. One advantage of the Vivo's camera setup is that you can use Aura Flash with portrait mode. The flash is shaped like a ring, so it reflects light at a specific point while not overdoing it. When taking portrait shots in low light, the flash comes in handy. There is also a new wedding photography mode available only to Indian customers. There are numerous shadows and filters available for photographers. In terms of the primary sensor, it captures stunning images in natural light, with particularly accurate colors. The images have a good dynamic range and are also detailed. The primary sensor performs well in low-light conditions as well, but details are lost when zoomed in. Without zooming in, the images taken in low light are adequate. There are no major drawbacks to the wide-angle camera. It is obvious that an 8-megapixel sensor will not produce as good images as a 50-megapixel sensor, but the results are still acceptable. A 2-megapixel macro lens is unimportant and, like all other phones, has been included solely to give it a triple camera setup. Now, let's talk about the selfie camera. The Vivo V27 Pro is an excellent choice for those who frequently take selfies. The selfie camera includes a classic filter that enhances the beauty of your face. However, if you prefer natural skin tone in your selfies without any filters, you can disable this filter and then click Some. The Vivo V27 Pro comes with a 4600 mAh battery that supports 66-watt fast charging. Most phones nowadays have at least a 5000 mAh battery, and those with smaller batteries have 80,100 or 120-watt fast charging. This gives us the impression that the battery could have been larger, but then the device would not have been as thin. The battery lasted a long time during use, easily lasting an entire day with light to moderate usage. If you are a heavy user, you will need to charge it slightly earlier. The 66-watt adapter is included in the box. The Vivo V27 Pro is one of the most stylish devices available for less than 40,000 rupees. Although there are many phones in this category in the Indian market, there are some features that may entice you to purchase the Vivo V27 Pro. It stands out from other phones in its price range due to its color-changing back panel, dependable performance, and excellent camera for both primary rear and front cameras. Its slim design also adds to its allure. The V27 Pro, on the other hand, has flaws such as a lack of stereo speakers, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, and an IP rating. If you're looking for a mid-range phone with a stylish design and capable cameras, the Vivo V27 Pro could be a good option, especially if you're on a tight budget.